After watching AK Nation, The Pope, CDS Sports, Adrian Ross, Ben Daniels, Keep the Vision, I've it's easy to come to a conclusion um, that the WNBA is a fucking POS league uh, and not worth any type of notoriety. Um, and there's a reason, and it's meant to be. That they're not popping. They're not. They were never on anyone's radar for a reason. Like nobody, literally nobody ever said anything about them. They were never on any type of. Couldn't name five of them at all. That was always a running joke. Like it was always a joke, and they're meant to be a joke for a reason. You know. Um, I never really thought like they'd ever really take off. Like I never thought Caitlin Clark would come along like in my lifetime like that and do what she did and have us all talking about women's basketball. That was always like, I was like, that's a laughing thing, like a laughing matter. Like you'd never think you'd be people would be like literally sitting up arguing about women's basketball, but that's what her impact has done. And so now her impact has become some type of constant arguing point. They're constantly trying to move the goalpost and make it seem like you know her impact is not really as impactful as people say it was. And now they're trying, and they've been always trying to make it seem like her impact is just there because of her appearance. She's a white girl, and so this is why she is being given more marketing. Basically she's just being given a head start because she's white, which is the fucking biggest crock of bullshit I've ever heard. And they just keep retelling the same story, that she's white, so she must be getting some type of handout to get to where she is. And it's like, bro, stop. Like y'all keep doing the same shit. Y'all keep trying to go out here and be this like annoying, what do they call it? Like activist, like justice type league, and try to wave your morals in people's faces, your fake morals in people's faces, and people are not here for all that. Like, and it'd be one thing if like this was like a league that people know for a long time, like that people could name all these franchises and stuff. Like, yo, people don't even know that these teams are in their city. Like, people didn't know that until they were looking up like the teams that Caitlin's gonna be playing against while she's on the Fever. Like for real. Like, I didn't even know that Liberty. I'm in I'm in New York. I didn't know about no fucking Liberty like that. Like if you told me where they, or if you told me about like, if you asked me like before 2024, like name five players on that team, bro. Yeah, it's over for me. I can't tell you five. I can't tell you four, three, two. Like I can't tell you anybody on that team. Caitlin Clark coming in is what made these players, um, what gave these players their individuality. You couldn't name none of these people, none of them, except Brittany Griner and like Skylar Diggins, because Skylar Diggins was a cute chick, and she played back in the day, had some hype. It didn't really, it didn't really blow up the NBA, the WNBA, but she was a cool thing off the court and all that. But and Brittany Griner went to jail. But I knew about Brittany Griner because cause I remember I seen some highlights in college. She was dunking and stuff like that. So I was like, oh shit, like just how tall this chick is, like 6'10" and dunking. Like she got to blow the league up, but nobody cared. So Caitlin Clark comes in, boom, and instead of what we think we're supposed to get, we get them constantly doing little dirty stuff and people having to call it out, and all these online weirdos constantly trying to slander her name and slander her fans, and it's just another one thing after another and one thing after another. And you know, this just has me thinking, like, after everything, and it just seems like it's just not going anywhere. Nothing. They're not trying to change the way they are. They want to be this type of way. This is the type of league they are. And it makes me think about the type of women that are at the forefront of the league, and the type of people that's in positions of power in this league that are making the calls. And they're like the Ashy sisters. Like, that's what these women are. These are a bunch of, like, these aren't like regular, like, cute chicks that want to be likable, and they know how to come across as, you know like, they want to be marketable and stuff like that. They don't want to be marketable. These are uh these are like the nasty chicks that you got to deal with. Like, these are the types of chicks that beat up the cute girls in school. These are the types of chicks that get alopecia. Like, these is the type of chicks that they leave their lace fronts in. These is the types of chicks, man, that their leggings smell. These is the types of chicks that these is the types of chicks that go out here and steal from stores while they have their kids with them, if they even have kids. All right, like, these are the type of women these are. These are the types of women that block the the door or whatever. When you're trying to go to, uh, like, you're trying to get in the train, if you're or like in the city, like, it'd be like a pack of, like, annoying ass women, like teens or whatever, younger women, and they'll just, like, be loud as hell, and they'll be trying to block the door, and people try to get in the train, but they're not even they purposely don't pay attention, and they'll just be, like, loud and ignorant, just blocking it up. And if you try to move them out the way, then they start trying to get into it with people. They just be stupid because they need attention from somewhere. Like, this is the type of women that we're dealing with. Like, these are a bunch of bozos. Like, all they're doing is blocking the path that people, like, they're blocking the way, and nothing's gonna work unless the NBA steps in and cleans house. Either shut this league down or kick all the people that's running this league out. I don't think it's gonna be fixed with, like, these regular owners either. Like, you gotta look at some of these owners and be like, look, you've been having this league for how long? Or you've been having this team for how long? All right, you're not doing nothing with this team. Sell that, and we're gonna get regular, like, people who want to make money out here and want to have, like, good teams that, like, actually know how to market players. Like, they need to do a whole revamp. They need to just come in and, like, have people come in, look up and down, and see what's going on with these teams, and just revamp everything. Get all these gremlins out of the league. All these nasty women that's in here doing whatever, playing dirty, playing this boring uh, type of fake basketball, and being given all this praise for all the fake bullshit they're doing. It's like, bro, stop. We don't care. And the women of the past that they keep harping on about, their shit was boring too, and it was also not worth being talked about. You know, like, they're not be talked about for a reason. Like, if you were to go check out their highlights, they'd be the most boring shit you've ever seen. Their highlights wouldn't be worth any. They wouldn't be worth 1,000 views. All right, so none of these women are actually being done a favor by not being known, because then you'd look at their stuff and be like, what the fuck? What is this? Why would this deserve any type of notor- notoriety? Like, why would this deserve any type of, like, being? Why would this deserve to be picked out? 'Cause none of these women just most of these women are forgettable in their playing style, and then they try to come at you with, like, the activist part. Most of these, like, none of y'all think y'all like Malcolm X or something. Y'all think that y'all are some type of, like, impressive speakers that we're like trying to hear. The only maybe I'll listen to Maya Moore. That's about it. Like everybody else can go. I'm not trying to hear nothing. Like you're not pulling me in by any type of speech that any of y'all have. Either either you're gonna be good at basketball and pull people in, or you just gotta pack things up and go play somewhere else. I guess you know because like we're not trying to see all this. And then the other side is like since they're not good and they can't get anybody to legit talk about them, they just go out here and do dirty stuff. And they keep trying to target Caitlin Clark. So like, yo, you're gonna keep targeting the only player that anyone gives a fuck about, and then you want to get mad when people get on your ass and start like tearing y'all apart. It's like it's crazy. And like I said, these are the nasty women that's in the league and running the league. These are the types of women that's running around running the league. They're a bunch of jaded, you know, ganging up on other women who aren't really trying to get involved in any of that type of stuff. Women, they're a bunch of suckers, and you can't fix. Keelan Clark cannot fix the culture the way that she's trying to do it. Like I think she thinks she can come in and like work with types of women, and they can work on a goal. Come together and work on a goal. That seems to be what Keelan Clark is after. I'm like, bro, these are not those types of women. These are not trying to be women who want to like work with her and do anything. They want her ass gone. They want her gone. Keelan Clark has this like goal of like she wants to come in and change the league and make it like, bro, you cannot change these types of people. These are these are not those types. You can't change these ashy sister types. They're here to be scandalous, and the longer Keelan Clark stays, the more they're going to keep trying to bring trickery and nonsense to get her into some type of scandal. That's really what is gonna keep happening. They're gonna put some type of racial thing on her and try to make it stick. Racial, bigoted, whatever the fuck, and they're gonna keep trying to put it in on her and brainwash everyone through ESPN and whatever medium they have to spread, their vitriol nonsense. So that all being said, um, yeah, like I said, Caitlyn has to to pack her shit up and just bounce and go where there's legit basketball with competent people who don't have this type of silly clique type of mentality. That's what all this is. This is a big clique. Everybody's clicked up, and Keelan Clark is not invited to this clique party. And when you're not invited, the refs are gonna treat you like dirt. You're gonna get bad plays from the coach. You're gonna get teammates not helping you, not even helping you when you get attacked, just letting you, you know, deal with it for yourself. You're gonna have, you know, uh, people trying to badmouth you online. Well, you're just gonna have all that. You're gonna have, the other team constantly trying to do little silly stuff. You're gonna have all that. You're gonna have continue to have the WNBA pretend Killing Clark doesn't exist and try to put other players in some type of spot and act like they deserve everything and they just keep dealing with so much and so hard. It's so much. They're so downtrodden. Oh no, they've been 30 years in. It's so much. Too much. Like, bitch, you played 30 games. Like, Caitlin Clark came in and you just decided to play 40. You can't even do that. Like, shut the fuck up. Fucking non-playing ass. You can't even play fucking basketball for 4 months without complaining every day, trying to act like you doing something. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all out here faking. Alright? Y'all out here faking. Trying to act like you're doing the same thing that the NBA is doing. Y'all are not the women's version of the NBA. Alright? This is the W some other shit. This is W love and hip hop. But like worse. This is this is basically just like semi jail. Like, yeah, this is us. What was that thing? The orange kind of, I can't even remember what this show was. Orange is the New Black. There we go. This is just Orange is the New Black come to life, and they're let out of jail and allowed to play basketball. And Caitlin Clark is a white girl from the Midwest, thinking that they're actually going to play basketball, and they're laughing because they already are in on the joke that they're not really going to be playing basketball. They're just going to be beating the shit out of her. She's still trying to work with them, and they want no parts of that. That's all this league is. Yeah, it's beat her up, tell her she's racist, and that's why they deserve to get more for their boring, lame ass, barely can play 40 games as basketball, where all the so quote unquote stars break all the fucking rules of basketball, traveling so bad, carrying so bad, fake defense so bad, just everything so bad that it's like, what am I watching? This is not something that is worth talking about in any type of honesty. They don't care because they are the bullies that are in charge, and they will not allow you to watch Caitlin Clark or anyone that we came along with. They just won't let that. You have to be part of their little clique, and if you're not in it, you're out of here. They don't care about basketball. They don't care about none of this. It's all about cliques, and so if the longer Caitlin plays, the more likely she's going to get injured, or reputation is just going to get tarnished. It's just going to be a waste of time. And like I said, the only way to fix this is Adam Silver or the NBA needs to step in. Someone bigger, or the White House needs to come in and just do an investigation of the WNBA. They have to, because this is absolute bullshit. Like, we didn't come here to get this constant fuckery, man. Like, damn, like we just came here to get some clean basketball. Same thing she was doing in college. Why can't we get that? Like, what the fuck? Why can't we just get some basketball without all this nonsense? Why are y'all so fucking annoying? Why are y'all so childish? Like, come on. But this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the Ashy sisters. This is the Ashy Sister Association, okay? And they don't let none of this stuff slide. Ain't no white girl gonna be playing good basketball and being the main character. The only thing that's gonna happen is every time she tries to hit a milestone, she's gonna get into some scandal. We're just gonna drag her name every chance we get. If you try to say anything, oh, you're another racist. You can't get out of it. It's just one racist thing after another. So that's what we're dealing with out here. If y'all tired of this shit and you were trying to watch some good, clean Caitlin Clark, but now you got to deal with all this shenanigans, let me know what's going on from your perspective, and you know, As you know, if you think there's some hope in the future for Caitlyn and she can legit keep playing her stuff, her what we know her to be, and she has some hope, let me know. But if you're like, yo, like this shit is cooked and Caitlyn needs to get the fuck out of here, like I'm saying, you know, let me know in the comments. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.